you guys mute out. Okay, perfect. So you can start your music if you've got that set up. And then just come down to your back. And I'd invite you to take easy knees this morning, where you take your feet wide, flat on the mat, and then just let your knees fall in on one another. If that feels okay, that can be a little intense in the low back. So if it doesn't feel good, then of course, take the shape that works best for you. And then take a deep, full breath. That starting breath all the way through your heart space into the very pit of your belly. And let that go. And another deep, full inhale, just like that. And let that go. And then just connect to the breath here. Watch it as it travels through the lungs, into each cell of the body. Using the connection here to ground you into this space for the next 45 minutes. And just notice this morning where maybe you feel tight or tense. And as you find those spots, breathe deeply into them. And as you exhale, you can just visualize that tension leaving the body. It may not leave entirely, but little pieces of it can at least be left behind today. The same goes for mental tension, emotional, little pieces of it can be left behind. Another breath here. As you exhale, just begin to let the knees move from side to side. You can bring your hands open and wide. And as you let the knees fall from side to side, pausing on each side to really press the top leg into the ground. Stretching through the quad and the hip flexors. Now draw back through center, take a breath in. As you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Rock a bit from side to side. Maybe open and close through the knees, roll the ankles. And then set your left foot to the ground, send the right foot to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind the right hamstring. Roll your ankle a few times. And then flex the ankle back towards your face. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just draw the knee closer to you. So instead of just drawing the leg to you, if you're really tight this morning, maybe on an inhale, drop the knee closer down towards your chest and then press it back away towards the ceiling. So basically just a few kicks towards the ceiling to just warm into the hamstring here. And take a breath in. As you exhale, find your half happy baby. Either catch the big toe or outer edge of that right foot, but draw it all the way down. You can keep the left sola foot flat or extend it on the ground, the leg long on the ground, to open up through that left hip flexor a little bit. And now release here. Right foot comes to the mat. Send your left foot to ceiling. Interlace the hands again. Roll the ankle a few times. And then flex the left ankle towards your face. And maybe you draw that knee in and open. And take a breath. As you exhale, catch the left toe, draw it down, or the left outer edge of your foot. Draw into a half happy baby. And then you can take that right leg long if you'd like, stretching deeper into the hip flexors here. Another breath in. As you exhale, release, just hug the knees tight into the chest again. You can make circles again, noticing the difference in the spine. And then rock and roll the length of your spine a few times. Come all the way up to a seat from here. Take the right leg to the top or out front. And bring hands to tops of thighs. On an inhale, draw the chest up and open. Lift your gaze to the ceiling. As you exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round. And spread your shoulders wide as you round. And then follow your breath for a few rounds from top to bottom here. Now draw back through your neutral spine. Take the left hand on the ground by your hip. Inhale, sweep right fingertips over your ear. Look overhead at the right elbow. Breathe. Exhale, switch sides. Right hand down, left arm reaches across. Another inhale. Exhale, move back to the other side. Same thing. Left hand down, right fingertips. Take a breath here. Now on this exhale, find a twist to the right. So your right hand comes down, left hand comes across to the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the spine here. As you exhale, look back over your right shoulder. Breathe, finding that twist open. Inhale, draw back through center, reach fingertips overhead. As you exhale, find your fold forward. Just let your hands rest here. Don't worry about how far you fold. Maybe wiggle through the jaw, wiggle through the spine. Just breathe into that right glute. And inhale, slowly rise. Unwind your legs, take them out front and just shake them out long. Flex through the toes or flex through the ankles. Bend both knees. On the inhale, take a deep, full breath forward. As you exhale, find a fold here. And it's okay, this is early in the practice. It's okay if you don't fold very far. But what I want you to notice is that reaction in the hamstrings. Breathe. Nice flat back as you fold here. Inhale, sit back up. And then draw the legs back. This time, left leg out front or on top. And again, sweep arms overhead, deep, full breath here. As you exhale, take that lateral stretch one more time. Right hand is down on the ground, left fingertips reach up and open. Exhale, come back through center and switch to that twist. So now your right hand comes to the top of left thigh. Root down, big, deep breath. Exhale, look over the back shoulder. Inhale, draw back through center, reach fingertips overhead. As you exhale, find your fold forward here. Again, breathing into that left hamstring, left glute. Wiggle your neck, shake out your jaw. And inhale, slowly rise. Let's unwind the legs here. Come into tabletop. And in tabletop, take some big hip circles, shoulder circles. So you're going to drop the hips all the way down and move in each direction 3 or 4 times. Draw back to your neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Drop one heel and then the other towards the ground. Lift out of your shoulders. Really draw up and chest back towards the tops of your thighs here. Now take a breath in. As you exhale, step your feet hip width apart. Walk your hands back to your feet. Find your ragdoll. Bend your knees, grab opposite elbows, release here through shoulders, through jaw, through spine. Release fingertips to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, walk it forward. Find your high plank and set your knees to the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to mat. Now slide your palms off the mat. Let's take our wide twist here. Big inhale lifts the chest through center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, look over your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop left, look over right. And just a few rounds of breath, just like that. Draw right back through center. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Find a Sphinx pose, or I should say elbows under shoulders, sorry. So your forearms are flat to the ground. Inhale, just pause here. Draw the front of the mat towards you. Press the quads into the mat. Breath in. As you exhale, maybe press down into the hands and lift your elbows from the mat. Slowly release. Slide the hands back now under your shoulders, tuck toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, look between your hands, walk or step, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Now take a breath here. On the exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk or step, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step back, down dog. Another sun A. Take a breath in. Bend the knees. On the exhale, move forward, top of mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On this exhale, take your left leg, step it back. Find your runner's lunge. And in this runner's lunge, really make sure that your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. So you've got a 90-degree bend there. And then just slide the hips a few times each direction, stretching that hip flexor. Take a breath here. As you exhale, step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot steps back. And same thing, just really stretch through that right hip flexor here. Drop belly, lift chest. And take a breath here. As you exhale, step left foot back to meet right, downward facing dog. And then take a deep, full breath in. Exhale, just let that go. Inhale, right leg to sky, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bend the knee, open the hip for your scorpion. Just let that right heel get really heavy. Maybe make some circles in each direction. And now take an inhale. As you exhale, step it through, high crescent lunge as you rise. In that high crescent, again, knee is stacked here. Squeeze the inner thighs, play with that back heel. If it's pressed down towards the ground, stack it over ball of foot. Find your focal point out front. Press through the right foot, take a breath in, exhale, standing knee raise, top of the mat. So big movement forward. Flex the left ankle and just pause here. And take an inhale. As you exhale, open up out to the side. So left hand comes to inside of left thigh. Look beyond your right fingertips. Take another inhale. As you exhale, draw the knee back through center. This time, twist towards that knee out front. Take your right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Hello. Look back over your left fingertips. Take another breath here. As you exhale, step right or bring the heart right back through center. Now step it back, find a warrior two. So you're going to drop the hips open here. And in this warrior two, it's the first real open hip posture you've had this morning. So maybe you need to bend and fold a little bit into that right knee to really press the right hip out and open. Spread the fingers wide. Now flip the front palm, inhale, reverse warrior. So stay in that right knee first. Maybe take the left arm, wrap it around your low back and just lengthen here. Now take a breath in. Exhale, keep the reverse, but press straight through that right leg. So you're just going to continue to reach to the back of the room. Take another breath. Exhale, extended side angle, bend back into the right knee. Take the left fingertips over your ear. Press down into the right elbow, lift your chest. Now sweep the arm a few times, each direction. Another full breath in. Exhale, frame that front foot. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. And pedal it out and move. And settle in. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, step it through, high crescent lunge. So again, we're going to stay for a few breaths. Just to allow the hips to settle, to open a little bit more here. Fingertips reach nice and tall. Squeeze the thighs. Now find your focal point out front, take a breath in. Exhale, standing knee raise, top of the mat. So again, we pause. Lifting right out of fingertips, lengthening spine. So there's no slumping at the chest. We want to be really nice and tall. Full breath. Open up out to the right. Right hand comes to inside of thigh. Maybe switch your gaze and look beyond the left fingertips. It's okay to be wobbly like I am right now. Inhale back through center. As you exhale, find your twist open to the right. So now your left hand's on your right thigh. Reach the right fingertips behind you. Maybe shift your gaze back over the right fingers. Inhale, draw through center. Exhale, step it back, warrior two. Now in this warrior two, again, it's your first time really open on the left side. So you can bend and fold if that feels good. And then settle into that warrior two, spread the fingers really wide. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior, sink front knee, wrap the right arm around your low back, a little bit of extra traction through shoulders. Now keep the reverse, just press straight through that front leg coming off the quad. Another breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, bend back into knee, left elbow to the thigh. Sweep the right fingertips over your ear. And then you can make big circles each direction. Full breath to reach fingertips over your ear. Exhale, close it down, runner's lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. then again, pedal and move, or just settle in. And then inhale, right leg to sky. As you exhale, step it through, find a warrior two again here. Settle in. Now press straight through that front leg. Let's shift into triangle. So with triangle, you want to shift that left hip point really far back. Reach the right fingertips forward. And then if your chest immediately collapses forward, draw the hand up a little bit higher, that right hand, a little bit higher on your shin. Keep the right knee bent, just slightly. And breathe. Maybe look at the fingertips overhead. But look where it feels good for your neck. This one really opens up side body. You probably feel your hamstring a little bit right now. Now on an inhale, rise to standing. Turn all 10 toes now towards the long left edge of your mat. Bring your hands to the small of your back, pigeon toe your feet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take your fold forward, wide leg forward fold. And then when you arrive in this wide leg forward fold, shift your weight into the balls of your feet. You can wrap your fingers around, your peace fingers around your big toes if you'd like, or your hands around your ankles. Big, full, deep breath in, lengthens. Exhale, fold. Now plant hands under heart. Inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, either take just a lateral stretch into the back knee or drop all the way into Skandasana, your choice. With Skandasana, you want to contract the left thigh to lift the booty off the heel just a little bit. Flex the right toes to the ceiling, but stay in an angle that feels okay on that left knee. Opening up the inner thigh here. And take a breath in. As you exhale, fingertips come to the mat. Press back into your wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, walk into pyramids. You're just going to rotate the toes to 12 o'clock and then pull that left hip up in line with the right. You can narrow out through the right. Not narrow out. You can narrow out through your stance is what I'm trying to say. Left toes walk towards right heel. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. Your right knee can have a bend in it, but you're really breathing into that right hamstring and pressing the left heel towards the ground. Now take a breath in. As you exhale, step that left foot back, find a kneeling lunge. You're gonna set the left knee all the way to the ground. Right knee is stacked here. So your hands can stay down or draw them up to your quad, your choice. We'll take another deep breath in. As you exhale, take your left hand to the wide edge of your mat. You can wiggle that right foot open, but drop open to the blade edge of the right foot to find your corkscrew twist here. Press the right hand into the right inner thigh. You can draw the thigh back towards your hand as well. And breathe. Draw toes back to 12 o'clock. Frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just pause here. Breathing the length of the body. Noticing the difference in the energy, the difference in how each side might feel right now before we move through left. And inhale, sweep arms overhead. As you exhale, find your fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. And on an inhale, left leg to sky. As you exhale, step it through, warrior two. Again, drop the back heel. Now straighten through the front leg, shift the hips, reach left fingertips forward. Find your triangle here. Soft little bend in that left knee. Pausing here to lengthen through side body. Now open up through the chest. Now use the inhale to draw all the way up. Turn the toes to the right edge of your mat, finding your wide leg forward fold here. But before we fold, interlace your hands at the base of your spine. Press your palms together. Inhale, draw knuckles towards the earth. Open the chest, roll the shoulders open. Exhale, fold. And notice if your weight shifts backwards, shift it into the balls of your feet. Release the crown of your head. Take another breath in. Exhale, release hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, settle into Skandasana or your lateral lunge stretch. And again, if you're all the way down in Skandasana, squeeze the quad, activate the quad. Lift the booty just a little bit from your heel, flex the left toes. Breathe into the inner left thigh. And now hands to the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press back into your wide leg forward fold. Just get heavy one last time here. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk it forward, find your pyramid. So all 10 toes turn to the top of the mat. Maybe that right foot skips up. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, step that right foot back behind you so you can settle into your kneeling lunge here. And again, you can keep that front foot framed, or if you're feeling it, bring the hands up to your quad. You can also reach arms overhead, of course. Now release hands to the mat. Take your right hand wide. Wiggle that left foot nice and wide. Open up into your corkscrew stretch here. Left hand comes into the left thigh. And draw the toes back to 12 o'clock. And frame that front foot. Tuck the back toe, step forward, top of mat. Inhale, slowly roll all the way to standing. Reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, palms move through heart center. Just pause here. Breathing again the entire length of the body. And on an inhale, sweep arms overhead. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step it back, move into tabletop from here. So just set the knees down. You can roll through some cat-cows if that would feel good, or hip circles, just wring out the spine. And shift the left hand under your heart. Inhale, sweep right fingertips up overhead. As you exhale, thread the needle. Right ear, right cheek comes to the mat. Maybe reach left fingertips long or wrap them around your low back, your choice. And then draw left hand back under your shoulder. Inhale, right fingertips open up. Exhale, tabletop. Now slide your right foot behind you on the mat. Find your calf stretch. Press the right heel towards the ground. Really press through your knuckles. And take an inhale. As you exhale, slide the right foot out in line with your right hip for your lateral stretch. Press into the outer edge of that right foot. So maybe you stay up and just a little bit of movement to open up through the hip. Or if you want to come into a half child's pose, you can settle the hips all the way down. You might need to pivot the foot behind you just a little bit. Just listen to your knee. And press all the way back up, shoulders stack. Now slide into a modified side plank. So you're just gonna slide that right leg back, pivot the left knee, reach the right fingertips up overhead, all the way to the front of the room. Really press that right hip point up and open. And take a breath here. As you exhale, the hands come back down to the mat. Pivot that left foot, tuck the left toes, and then just slide the right leg up to come into your half pigeon. So coming from this posture, or coming from the tabletop into half pigeon, sometimes you don't get the length in the back leg that you need. So tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee, lengthen out, and set the left leg back down to the ground. Square through heart and hips. Full breath in. Exhale, find your fold forward. And remember, you can be down on your hip, but if you're down on that right hip, you want to have a bend back through the left knee. So you're kind of in an S shape. And inhale, slowly rise. Tuck the toes on the left foot, come back to your tabletop, and the roll out kick through the right hip, the right knee. And then right knee back to mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up and overhead. Exhale, thread the needle. Left ear, left cheek to the mat. Now come back through center. Inhale, left arm reaches up and overhead. Exhale, tabletop. Now slide the left toes behind you, press the left heel towards the ground. Breath in. As you exhale, lateral stretch. That left leg comes in line with the left hip. And again, maybe you just move a few times or stay up. Or if you're feeling that half child's pose, come down. And inhale, slowly rise. Stack shoulders over wrists. Now pivot back into that modified side plank. So right knee pivots, left arm reaches overhead, left leg extends behind you. Really press that left hip point up towards the ceiling. Another breath. Exhale, come back through. We find half pigeon here. So you have to tuck your right toes to create a little bit of space to lift and slide that left knee up in line with your left wrist. Lengthen out through the left leg, square hips, full breath. Exhale, find your fold. And inhale, slowly rise. And same thing, tuck the toes on that right foot, lift left leg back, and then roll through that left hip a few times. Kicks and circles, counter movements. And we'll come all the way over to a seat. And then roll down to the back from here. Hug your knees into your chest, rock again. As you come through center, just send both feet straight to the ceiling. Let your palms open by your side. Your knees can be bent. Close down your eyes. Take a breath in. As you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Just send your left leg long to the ground. Then use your left hand to guide the right knee across the body. Find a spinal twist here. Shift your shoulders, look beyond your right fingertips. Inhale, draw back through center. Draw your left knee in, and then send that right leg long. And use the right hand to guide left knee across body. Shift the shoulders, look at your left fingers. Inhale, draw back through center. As you exhale, find a happy baby. Just grab both edges of the feet or the big toes, rock a little bit here, maybe play with an open and closed straddle. Another breath in. As you exhale, release, hug the knees into the chest, wrap your arms completely around your shins. Inhale, draw nose up to knees. As you exhale, release. Find Shavasana. Let the feet fall open, the palms open, and an easy breath come through the body. And take a breath in. Bringing awareness back into the body. Wiggle through fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Maybe take a full body stretch, reach fingertips overhead. Breathe the length of the body. Then use the exhale to draw one knee in and then the other. Rock gently from side to side before settling to your right or your left side. Use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seated position. Draw your hands to prayer at heart center. You can close down the eyes. And take a deep, full breath again, all the way through heart space into very pit of belly, filling up with all the goodness of your practice. And open up, just sigh that out. And draw thumbs to forehead center. The divine light within me recognizes and honors the divine light within each of you. Namaste.